All right, so Big Boy Sports is indeed back on a beautiful Monday night. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening where I'm at, and our guest today lives in the Eastern time zone. And you want to introduce yourself, my friend?
Yeah, I'm head coach Leonard Holmes back in Atlanta.
Yes, and this is the head coach slash the guy who owns the team of the Georgia Indians of the AAL2. He also play, in some other leagues, when the AAL2 is not playing. And I wanted to get your thoughts, first off on this other league that y'all been playing in.
The GIFL's, this the Gridiron Football League. The owner is James Moreland. We actually going into our second year. First year we played in the GIFL, we had quite a few good teams. We finished we finished 3-2 last season. We lost in the semifinals. What the great thing about it, I actually had 6 players from the Georgia Indians that got moved up to a tier 2, which is playing and was playing in the AAL2 last season, which was great. So I was happy to see them guys get an opportunity to play in this league, and we're back in this league right now. We 3-0, we undefeated, 2 games left, and getting ready for
Oh, I think something happened.
guys. It give the guys an opportunity to learn more about arena football. They get to get some film, and get to these top tier leagues like the AF1, the NAL, AAL2, the IFL. So definitely the CFL as well. So it gives these guys opportunity. So I love it. I really enjoy it. I think it should be more developmental leagues out there to give a lot of these guys opportunity like that.
Okay. Okay. So why did you guys even join the AAL2? Because there was a lot of it wasn't as much movement as last season, but there was definitely a little bit of movement. As far as this season goes for the 2025 indoor arena football season. So how did what kind of process went into that? How
You had actually got cut off. So can you repeat what you said again? I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad. So what was the process of kind of joining the AAL2? If you
You know what? I coached with Peach State Cats in the AL2, and we went to the championship game, played the Willing Miners, and I got to meet the commissioner of the league, AJ and Tremaine and them, and so meeting them guys, talking to them guys, and so I felt like, what, the Georgia Indians is in the same, going in the same direction. Why not try to play in this league and give these guys a opportunity to play with the big boys? And well, I did have a discussion with the league, and they had to vet me in, vet this organization in, so we've been doing some good things here in Atlanta, as far as our promotion and marketing and trying to get the just create that get that great fan base out there to our games, which that's what we've been doing. So um, they like what we was doing, and they're giving us a chance to compete at this level. So we looking forward to it.
All right. So how do you think the AAL2 is going to prepare some of these guys for the future? How do you think that's going to work?
I think it's based off the competition. There's a lot of competition in this league. You have teams from Michigan. You have teams from New Jersey, New York now. And then you have teams out here in the South, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina. So it's so much to pull from. You have colleges all over the place where these guys can get, these organizations can get these players. You have players that's getting released from these top tier leagues, and they come in to get more developed, get better at their positions in the league we're in. So it's It's actually a plus for all of us. You know what I'm saying? It prepares every team for that level just because of the level we're at right now, you know, and the rules. The rules have a lot to do with it as well, too. So we are playing like the IFL and NAL rules. So that helps out a lot too. Get the guys prepared so when they get picked up, when they go to the next level, they already understand the rules and regulations of this game.
Yeah, that's true. How do you feel about the shift in the AAL going into more indoor based rules? How do you feel about that?
It's a little bit different. You know, I actually enjoy it because when I played back in 98 and 99, all the way up to 2003. So I played Arena 2, IFL. So the rules back then was different, totally different. Now you have, it's like how the NFL, you know, the NFL became more of a pass. It was a runner, you could run all day. You had a fullback. Now you rarely see fullbacks, you know, in the NFL. So it's funny how when you know time flies and things just change, you know. So the arena have changed a lot because now it's always been a 80, you know, 80 to 90% passing game. So now it moved now to least, you know, like 60, you know, like 60% passing, 40% running now, you know, so you can have a fullback now. So the rules is it's interesting. It's interesting, but you got to study because it's a lot to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There is definitely so much to study.
Oh,
The rule differences are everything and everything like that. So I mean, it's always something. It's always something that's changing, always something that's kind of different. You know, the IFL even changed their rules up a little bit this year and everything like that. So when I first heard about the AAL2 saying, "Hey, we're gonna go to indoor rule," I was like, "Okay, this is a good thing. This is a real good thing. I think it's fine because everybody except the AF1, really is kind of just shifting to more indoor based rules anyway. So
right.
with just like
Absolutely.
a few minor differences,
Yeah.
here and there. Um, Tell me about some of these players that you got. I think you got some nice studs that can definitely move on up to,
Yeah.
maybe the IFL, NAL, the TAL, everything like
Yeah.
that.
We have I have some players, some decent players. I actually have I started with my quarterback, PJ Thomas. He's actually he's assisting me right now as one of my coaches. But he's getting ready, geared up for the AL2. He actually started in 4 games last season, the AL2. And he had his first showdown against Columbus Lions, Carolina Cobras, and he started in the championship against the Willie Miners. He did pretty good. And he felt like it's unfinished business for him. You know, he's a lot of guys that I have right now. I have like PJ. I have Andre Jackson that played in the Arena 2 last season with Peach State. We have Bryson Dixon. He's played and he's playing on the defense. He's a DB for us now. I have what's his name? Jeremy Lotz. He played DB for us. Also have Tatwan. Now Tatwan played linebacker with us right now, but he got hurt his dislocated his elbow, so he's sitting out, but he's getting ready for the AL2. He actually made first team defense at linebacker in the AL2 last season, so I'm glad to have him. Um, my center actually played with. He got picked up by Columbus Lions last season, so that was a great experience for him. And then my guard, Big Darius, he played in the AL2. So I got some headhunters that had played in the AL2 last season with Peach State. So um, they came over back to the Indians. They like what we doing over there, and a lot of these guys is pretty much. I think it's more personal than anything because playing in that championship game, we got pretty exposed, pretty good by the Willie Miners. So I think we got something. Actually, this is our first year with the Indians, so but having them guys on the team, they really putting this work in this developmental GIFL league to get ready for the AL2. So I think we're gonna be ready. I think we're gonna be ready to compete.
Yeah, I think so too, because you don't have the wheelie miners anymore in this
Oh
league to
man,
dominate. You
yeah,
don't have it's more of an equal playing ground this year.
yes,
So
yes, absolutely.
yeah, so um and you said you had played back in the
Yeah.
late 90s, early 2000s. Can you tell me about that? Because look, I sometimes I don't know anything, so
Oh,
sometimes I don't have the greatest memory or anything like that. And
I'm not really trying to put my age out there, but hey, it is what it is at this point. No, I started off in 1998. I played in Green Bay with the Bombers. They are the Green Bay Blizzard right now.
ah, I
Played
know
with
some
the
Blizzard fans.
Yes, I was the one of the original IFL players that played on the team. We won the championship in 1999 against Peoria Pirates. Uh, so I branched off from that team, and I went played in 2000 with Flint Flames.
We got some issues here. I don't know. Something has happened.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so yeah, when I played with Flint Flames in Michigan, and then I left and went to Quad City, and I got released by Quad City. It was different playing in Quad City and playing with Iowa Bomb Storms, you know. And so my agent got me over to. He flew me to Baton Rouge, played with the Baton Rouge Blaze in Arena 2. I know you probably remember the Arena 2 when it came out. Arena 2 was pretty big. It had about 50 teams in that league at that time. And
Wow.
that was like 2000,
Yeah.
1999, 2000. So I played in there with Baton Rouge Blaze, played almost broke the Russian record. I almost broke the Russian record in the arena football. I got pulled out fourth quarter, missed it by 2 yards. So it's I accomplished a lot, but I never forget where I came from. I love playing it. I actually came here in Macon nights with Kevin Porter was our head coach in Macon. He played with Kansas City Chiefs. He's actually the coach at I want to say Fort Valley State right now. I think he's at Fort Valley State, uh,
Mm,
but I enjoyed it. I loved it. It changed a lot. Like I said, it changed a lot, because back then we had to play both ways.
yeah.
We had to play special teams. You get off on kickoff, then you got to get on defense. Then when defense is off, you got to go on offense. So you had to be in the best of shape to play arena football back then. Now their roster and got bigger. They got 25 to 30 guys on the roster now, so you don't have to go both ways like that no more.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
mean,
would that be interesting right now to see guys go both ways?
there was an attempt a couple years ago. There was an attempt to make a couple guys. It was just a couple of specialists.
Right.
But then I don't think that worked out. So,
Oh,
what it happens, but um where do you see yourself in the next couple of years? Where do you think you'll be? Do you think you'll still be coaching? Because how long have you been coaching, by the way?
man, I actually been coaching. I had my own semi-pro team, Georgia Cardinals. We was based out of um, Atlanta as well, and I've been coaching that team for 9 years with 4 championships, and so I wanted to do something different. Um, and joining the indoor football league was like I say, it was the experience that I have, and I just felt like getting involved in something where we can get these players an opportunity to showcase their skills and give back, help these players. And so James Moreland, I give him thumbs up for starting this league. Um, Great idea, and now the league is blowing. I mean, the league is blowing up now nationwide. So, uh, but now we getting a lot of guys where they need to be, and again, the opportunity meets where it fits us. Like the AAL2, they giving us opportunity to move up. So we keep doing what we doing, and my goal is to get us in a big arena. Getting us to that level where everybody can get paid doing what they love. Everybody want to get paid right now. So
Yeah.
that's one of the biggest goals I want to do for the team and for these players. It's nothing like getting paid, do something you love. So that's the kind of my goal for the next 2-3 years. Actually sooner than that. But like I said, again, it's all about who love what you're doing and who want to, invest in something that you got going on that's good. So I think we're doing a good job with our marketing side of it, and then the level of play we playing at to get the attention.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What about the community? What kind of community efforts do you think the Indians can, or maybe they already are doing to, help the community out?
We actually did. We do a lot with definitely do a lot with the kids. We have a big brother, big sister um, thing we do with. Make sure. Okay, so the
Oh,
players that go out. Um, go to some of the neighborhoods that's not fitted, what I'm saying, down, just broken down. They call them hoods, but they just them areas. So we go um get these kids, bring them to the games, bring them to our practices. They play with these guys on the team, and the big brothers. That's what we are to these kids. That's how they look at us. A lot of these kids, when they come to the game, we let them play on the field before we go out there, things like that, because they don't get to do all that at the next level, the NFL. There's a lot of restrictions with that, but just to see the opportunity they have to be around players at this level, and they don't know the difference. They just happy to be out on the field, or they just happy to see us in the community giving back. And these kids want to, not just the young men, it's the young ladies too. They want to be a part of this. So that's something we thrive on. We're gonna work even harder to go out in our community for this upcoming season, because we want to pack the house. We want to get all the kids, definitely the kids, teenagers out there. Want to get them opportunity, doing something, because a lot of people don't know at that age about arena. All they know is outside, semi-pro, and NFL. But when they come to these arena games, it's like they right there with the football players. Players hitting the walls. You got music. It's loud. It's like the fans is right there. So it's that fan base. Building that fan base has been beautiful. And I think we growing with that in the city. So I can't wait to see what the next few years go hold for us.
yeah, absolutely. Because the community is everything. Once people
Yeah.
know, they're gonna come. Once people really, really know, they
Yeah.
are going to come.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
um, another question I kind of wanted to, kind of get out to you is, what was the thing that has motivated you most over the years?
Hmm. I think what motivates me is when I see how, especially with guys that I played football with in college, and some pro football, and when I see them coaching other teams, not just in the arena level, but just coaching and high school coaches, and to see the effort that they put in, and how the spotlight is on them, because I love the spotlight. I'm one of the few that go out there. I like to put on the show. I like the marching bands out there. I do it all. So that motivates me when I see that, because I feel like, hey, if they did that, and I
Think you glitched out again.
yeah, let me see, I can do it too. So it motivates me to work hard. I work hard. Me and my wife, she be on me all the time, babe. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. And I think that motivates me as well, because I see how much she want to get involved with it. And sometimes she had to pull me back. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You gonna be all right. You gonna be all right. I'm like, we gotta get this. We gotta get that. We gotta get this done. And you just want everything to be so perfect, and what you do, and that motivates me, because I feel like the more I'm motivated, the better off we're gonna be. The more people we gonna reach out to, and you got people out here paying attention to what you do. So you don't know what's gonna happen when you get people that's looking at the things you do. We had a young man that had this young kid in Tennessee. His dad reached out to me, never met him. He sent me an email, follow me on Facebook, follow the Georgia Indians, and sent me a few pictures. And his son had cancer. So I invited them to the game. So I told them come to the game. I want y'all to meet the players. And he was like, they go to college games in Tennessee, and the fans kind of talk about his son, and he his son loved football. So what we did was we got a jersey. When I game jerseys, of course, I had the players sign it before our first game. They all signed it, and I sent it off to them. And that right there also motivated me because, again, you never know who's watching. We preach professionalism in this game. And when people see that and they see the enjoyment, the fun we having, and people want to be a part of that. So that was a blessing to do something like that for that gentleman in Tennessee, him and his son. And but that's what this is all about. That's what we're about. We want people to be happy, and the more people you make happy, that just motivates me to do more. You know what I'm saying? I never settle, never settle. I feel like it's just more out there, out there I can do, more out there my coaching staff can do, more out there my players can do. So we grind.
Gotcha. What is your coaching style? So like how do you want to describe that to me? So
Well, I had to learn. I had to learn. My dad coached me. I had to learn from my dad when I was. My dad coached me since youth all the way up to semi-pro, and that was tough. And one thing I learned, and I never realized because I coached in high school, and one thing I have learned was you can't coach players the way you was brought up, the way you were coached, or the way you want them to be. You have to coach players based off of what you see better in the type of style of player that they are. And when you do that, that's what makes you a great coach, because you got to be able to adjust. And this generation right now, back when we was playing, we used to get cracked side our heads, quick, get hit in our heads, hitting our shoulder pads, get pushed down if we made a mistake. But now, it's a different generation. You got to be careful with these young men, because sometimes they're not good with constructive criticism. So us as coaches, we have to adjust and get to a level where they can understand us. And I think I do a great job. Me and my staff do a great job with that. And we kind of bring balance to the organization, because I have older coaches, I have younger coaches, and we bring balance. So the players understand, well, if I can't go this coach, I know I can go to that coach. If I can't go that coach, I can go to that coach. But at the end of the day, I wrap it up, and you know what I'm saying? So I know how to relate to all the players that I have on my team. And that's what makes the organization good, because what happens is the word spread from your players, and I always tell them who recruit players. Players recruit players. And that's how you get your players, and that's part of your coaching scheme. You got to be able to adjust.
gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I've never been a coach, but I mean, it would sound like something like exactly like you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Like got to keep the players motivated and got to keep them,
Yeah.
pushing to be their best selves.
I sometimes think about Bill Belichick. I'm like, nah, he's an older guy. We all know Bill Belichick from New England, and now he's at North Carolina. So now, how he as a coach going to adjust from what he accomplished in NFL going to North Carolina now? What kind of players is he going to get? I mean, so I'm looking forward, and that's going to be a teaching lesson for me to see how he's going to adjust and how he's going to do it. So we still got a lot to learn. I'm 50. I'll be 53 Saturday, and I'm still learning. I learned. You'd be surprised I tell some of these coaches, you can learn from some of these players. You know, these players like in their early 20s. You know, we still got some older ones out there that's doing it for the love, but you can still learn from these guys, and that's what it's all about. Just being open to ideas. You know.
Yeah, I get you. I get what you mean. Um, because I mean, I don't even know how Bill Belichick going to North Carolina is gonna go myself, to be quite honest with you. But we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes when we get close to
We'll see
August.
how
But
that's gonna transpire quick.
it's gonna be fun. I can guarantee you that it's gonna be fun. Just like how college football is, just fun. It's just fun.
Right.
Um, what is the best advice you can give to a player that's up and coming? Maybe he's a free agent right now, or maybe he's down on his luck, or maybe he doesn't know what he wants to do, or something along those lines. What kind of advice can you give a guy like that?
Well, I always ask my players what you want to do, where you see yourself in the next 2 years. I kind of pay attention to their age too, because one thing you may not know, or you probably have noticed in indoor and arena football, you have players playing all the way up to they like 40 years old, which is crazy. You know, you got a lot of players in this arena league that's playing 37 years old. So I don't really approach them like that because I know their clock is ticking. But a lot of the younger guys, I want to know where your head is at. What do you really want to do? Well, I want to go here. I want to NFL's out. Lead the NFL out. We talking about the CFL, the UFL, and arena. What you want to do, Coach? I just want to get a look. I just want to. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to find time. What I had these guys do, Michael. I have them post workouts. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys have families. Back when I was playing, a lot of us didn't have like kids or was married. A lot of these young guys, this younger generation, a lot of them got married early, so they have families, which is a difference. So if they serious about moving on to the next level, you have to show me. You have to show my coaches. You have to post workouts. We want to see, are you serious about doing this? You posting workouts at least 3 times out the week, then we know you serious about trying to go to the next level. And us as coaches, we try to put them in a great position on the field. We put you out there. Now it's time for you to perform. You do this, we will get your fan. We will get you out there, get your opportunity to do something. And it worked. It worked for a lot of guys, and then a lot of other guys, it just not ready yet. And I think some guys that's not ready, they do get upset because sometimes they feel like they better than the next guy. But playing at a professional level, it's a hit or miss. These coaches looking for certain particular players, and you definitely got to being in shape is the main thing. Being in shape and the knowledge. If you coachable, sometimes I hate saying that, but if you're coachable and you're open and you can accept construction criticism, coach get on you. Okay, I'll make it up, coach, and you'll be just fine.
Gotcha, gotcha. Where can we find you, and where can we find the socials of the team? Where can we find all that stuff at?
You can go on Facebook. We have an Georgia Indian page. You can go on there. You can pull that up. And I have also, it was my personal page, but it's more Georgia Indians on that page too than anything. But we do have an Instagram, Georgia Indian Instagram. So we out there. We all on social media. We in the elite groups, the arena groups. So we pretty much out there.
Gotcha, gotcha. Is there anything else you want to say before you hop on up off here?
Well, I mean, I like to give a shout out to Atomic. I like to give a shout out to them. Coach Davis, my defense coordinator. Coach Jumbo, he's an head coach. Coach Emerson, receiver coach. Then I have Coach PJ. He's my assistant. Coach Twine, he's the linebacker defensive coach as well. Um, Make sure I ain't missing no other coach. Well, when we get in the AAL2, then I have Coach Robbie and Coach Wayne that's coming aboard. But And my lovely wife, Amanda, she's on me. She's helping out as well, um, with the coaches and Coach Davis. That's I thought I forgot about him, but yeah, I give a shout out to my staff. I never take full credit of everything. I show them love for everything I do.
Gotcha. Who you got winning the Super Bowl, by the way? Who you got winning the Super Bowl?
I as much as I can't stand Kansas City, but I think I'm going with Kansas City because Mahomes. I mean, he can make history. So this is big for him. He'd be the first player to ever do it. First quarterback. They'd be the first franchise to ever do it. A three-time champion. So I think they're going to be prepared, but I think it's going to be a better game this time than it was the last time they played because they got Saquon Barkley and man, it's going to be an interesting game. I'm going with Kansas City. I'm going with City by 2.
I can't wait for the Super Bowl. I already said the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win this Joker for a three-peat. So, I just wanted to get somebody else to say something about it because, like, man, a lot of people are probably not pulling for Kansas City, but then a lot of people are at the same time. So, gotta get the question out at some point.
Oh yeah. I'm rooting with Kansas City. I'm gonna wear my little red come Super Bowl Sunday.
Well, Mr. Holmes, thank you so much for joining me tonight. You are amazing. Your team is amazing, and I'm glad that we put this together on such short notice because I know it was completely at random. That, hey, who is this YouTuber coming in, calling you at 1:30 in the afternoon saying, hey, you want to be interviewed tonight? And I was like, yes. I was glad that you answered the call and came on in, and hopefully this continues to help the AAL2 out. Hopefully this continues to help your team out and yourself, and well, me too. But I mean, I will take the least amount of credit here because this is not about me. This is about you guys.
Well, I appreciate you. Opportunity and but I hope this won't last,
I have a feeling this won't be the last time. For whatever reason, I have good relationships with some teams. For whatever reason, some I do not, but some I do. And I'm hoping this will continue down the road. Maybe we'll get some players on down the road, or maybe on other places. Like I know there's some other indoor arena football content creators that definitely want to see some of these stories. So I'm gonna try and hit some of them up. And again, thank you so much for joining. From me and from Mr. Leonard Holmes, we are both signing out, and we're gonna get on up out of here.
Right, that's right. Go Indy.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And so it's like I said, everyone, this was kind of a last minute thing. There was supposed to be an interview with somebody on the other side of, the action. But ultimately that just did not work out the way I wanted it to. The person that I wanted to interview declined. He said he didn't want to. He said he preferred to be behind the camera. And I was like, it's okay, man. It's okay. It's fine. I get where you're coming from. You don't want to be in front of the camera. You want to be behind it and showcasing the highlights and everything like that. So, it is what it is. As far as content for the rest of the week goes, I'm glad we are up to 309, which means we're 191 away from 500. And I would like that to continue growing. More shorts will be posted throughout the week if I have time to post them or talk about anything interesting. But other than that, I don't have anything else really this week, except if another interview takes place. There was an attempt to get one of the other new The Arena League teams on, but the AAA said no, not right now. So I will wait, and we'll talk about that team, and what they're doing at some point, or maybe Shady or somebody else can, do something about that. But we'll talk to that team down the line, and we should also know who the other new TAL team is. So as far as the fourth interview goes, I have no set plan for that. So we'll worry about that when we worry about that. Again, there will be a joint interview at some point, and we're looking to do something else as well. So that's basically it for me, and I'm going to get on up out of y'all's hair, and we'll talk again, after the Super Bowl. So apologies for any technical issues tonight as well. There were a couple on both our ends, more so Mr. Holmes's end and everything like that than mine. But it's okay. StreamYard just doesn't. And I even told him this on the phone. I was like, StreamYard doesn't really like to work with you sometimes, but it worked. It went through and everything was okay. So again, good night, everybody. And I'm glad I got to do this tonight. We're halfway there to the goal. So my goal is complete, or at least it's getting closer to being completed. So yeah. I'm going to get out of y'all's hair. Good night. Enjoy any basketball that is coming onto your screens tonight as well. It's going to be some good basketball over the next couple of days, man.